All right, here we go. Collective Teacher Efficacy, We Cause Learning, Part 3 and final part. This exercise is called Find Your Tens. And you are going to need at least a little scrap of paper and something to write with. So if you don't have that, pause the video right now and make sure that's on hand. All right, so what is Find Your Tens about? You are going to see on the next screens statements that are consistent with those things which an educator with high efficacy would hold as a belief or an attitude. So again, you're going to see statements that are consistent with those things that an educator with high efficacy would hold as a belief or an attitude. All right, so as you see these, they're numbered, and your job is to find your tens. So as you see one, if the statement is consistent with your belief, your feeling, then you're going to write down that one as your 10. So you are also going to have a choice because I'm going to read these out loud, and it's meant to go pretty fast. It's like, pretty much your gut instinct here. So I'm going to read them out loud. But if you find it insulting when people read things off the screen to you, then you can turn me down and just read them yourselves. And then, please turn me back up at the very end so I can tell you what to do once you've found your tens. So that's what we're going to do. You're going to find your tens. These are the things that are consistent with you and make you a rock star in the area of efficacy. So, all right, here we go. 1. If any of my students don't learn it today, I can try again tomorrow. One of the best parts of my job is watching a student find success in something that they couldn't do previously. I love finding the just right activity to help my class learn a fact, skill, or process. If you ask me at the end of the year what works best with my students, I can give you a list. I would love to visit other classrooms, and I would love to have other teachers visit mine. We are all different, and in this way, we can learn from one another. If a student is struggling, I like to ask their previous teacher, or their special education or Title I teacher, or our paras, what works best with that student. I know that we educators are all different with differing strengths. Moreover, I know that this is a positive for students. If we were all the same, our students wouldn't have a variety of experiences. I love to brag on my fellow teachers because we have so much talent in our school. I love to brag on our students because we have so much talent in our school. I love to brag on our administrators because we have so much talent in our school. Aha moments are my favorite, whether they be mine or my students. Oops, I think there should be an apostrophe on there, huh? Sorry. I do not dwell on negative thoughts of myself, as they undermine our teamwork and therefore they undermine learning. I instead look for solutions to that which caused the negative thought. I do not dwell on negative thoughts of fellow colleagues, nor do I voice them to others, as they undermine our teamwork and therefore they undermine learning. I instead trust others to do their job and to do it well. As an elementary or middle school teacher, I trust that the teachers at the next building will take my students to even greater heights of achievement. As a middle school or high school teacher, I trust that the teachers at the previous building led the students to achieve at the highest levels. I always exhibit automatic positive regard. That means I trust that my East Buchanan students can and want to learn. I always exhibit automatic positive regard. That means I trust that my East Buchanan colleagues always have the right intent. I love finding the just right accommodation, modification, or activity that will help my special education students learn. If I don't know something, I can figure it out. If I need help, there are administrators that will help me make a plan for learning, or colleagues that will give me advice. If a student in my class doesn't learn something, I don't waste time blaming myself, but I get busy finding a plan that will work. Almost done. If a student in my class doesn't learn something, I know that I can try something different to get them to do so, even if it takes me many tries. I trust my East Buchanan team of colleagues to care about every student and to work collaboratively with the rest of us to do the right thing. I believe parents, students, or colleagues every time they tell me I'm doing a great job or that I'm making a difference in a student's life. And the last one, even if no one has told me for a while, I know that I am causing learning, and I will continue to grow so that I can cause even more learning in the future. All right, so what is it that I would like for you to do with your tens? I'd like for you to look back through them and think about those tens, those things that make you a rock star in the self-efficacy area. Because those are things that make parents want you to teach their kids and make their kids want you to help them learn and make your bosses want you to come back year after year and to do your magic here at East Buchanan and to continue to do your magic here at East Buchanan. We're going to land on a Henry Ford quote where we started. Coming together is the beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. Thank you so much for working with me. I appreciate you all so much. Thanks. Bye.